Hey guys, Libby here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight I am doing a grocery haul. I actually just came back from Aldi and Woolworths, which is weird for me. I don't go grocery shopping at night. I prefer a Wednesday, but I don't have the car tomorrow, so necessity dictated I had to do it tonight. I did it all by myself too. I had no kids with me. It was actually kind of a luxury. It was kind of fun. Now, granted, because it was nighttime, there are a lot of things that weren't stocked, and they were preparing for tomorrow, which is a new grocery cycle. I'm a little bit bummed that I missed out on that because I always like to look at what's half price and take advantage of any deals, but you know, you get what you get and you don't get upset. So I will show you what I picked up from Aldi and Woolworths. You'll also notice that we are currently in the new kitchen. It's not finished yet, but I've got bench space, and so I'm going to use it to show you everything. And let's just jump right in. This is not everything that I've picked up from Aldi today, but this is what fits in this small area. Like I said, we're still doing work in the kitchen, so this is the limited bench space I have, and this is about half of what I've picked up from Aldi today and needs to go in the fridge sooner than later, so let's just go right into it. Now, I do have a proper meal plan for the week, so I picked up these chicken breast burgers. I really like to do them on a Friday night. It's just so easy, and these are really, really delicious. They are dairy-free, which I like, and I also picked up these Super Crunch chips. We're still using the air fryer. In fact, this is where the oven's gonna go, but until then, we're reliant on this air fryer. So I just picked up chips, and the burgers are really, really simple to put together. Now down here, I have some leg ham. We use this for sandwiches. My son uses it, my husband uses it. It's just some of those staples I have to have during the school term. Over here is the shredded ham. This is a little bit more of a luxury item, but I plan on making pizza this week. And the less I have to cut and prep, considering I make my pizza dough most of the time, and I am planning on making my pizza dough this time around, I try to make it as simple as possible. I also picked up this salami. This is dairy-free. A lot of salamis have milk powder or something in them for some of their preservation, but this specific one doesn't, so I like to put this one on pizza. Usually I would buy shredded cheese, but because I have bench space and I am able to use my food processor, I'm actually going to shred my own cheese, which is great because that's my preference anyway. It's so much cheaper than if I buy it pre-shredded. This is more of a luxury thing, but it's going to go on my chicken burger. This cheddar caramelized onion, they are a limited time only thing. I really love cheddar cheese, and the thought of putting caramelized onion on it, yeah, definitely. Now I picked up 2 different punnets of strawberries. These ones right here, these are the bigger pack, and they are cheaper at Aldi, but I could only get one that actually looked decent. The others looked pretty squished, so rather than just go without, I picked up some extras because we have been just demolishing strawberries right now. At the back here, I have some coconut yogurt. This is vanilla flavored, so this is just for snacking. I picked up some cereal that yogurt would be great in, and also just my husband would like to have just yogurt normally. He can have it. This is a cheese and chive dip. We've seen this many times before. This is our absolute favorite, and the boys have really been enjoying snacking on it with like crackers and carrots and snow peas, so we needed some more. I picked it up. One day I'll be able to make some dip, but not today. Now this is one I don't usually get. This is Nuttallix. I usually buy the big 2 kilo Nuttallix from Costco. I don't have any plans to go to Costco in the next week or two, so I had just bought a simple small one just to tie us over until we get there, and it's dairy free, so it's kind of like our butter substitute. I picked up a green onion. I have a little bit of green onion in my garden at the moment, but not enough for all of the things that I want to be using it for this week for some of my meal plans. So I picked up just one. It wasn't a bad price, so that will get us through a couple of meals, and I've got plans. Same with this zucchini here. I know it's technically not zucchini season, but because I live in Australia and there's such a wide climate, zucchini was actually a really nice price. So I picked some of that up. I have a couple of plans for some snacks that I want to make with that. I'm thinking maybe zucchini muffins, or just I want to shred them or slice them up for a barbecue as well, which I think would be really yum. Down here is this big salad blend. I will wash this, and then I will bag this up properly in my fridge. This probably won't happen until tomorrow when I've got a bit of time and energy, but this will just last us for a couple of the meals I have planned between the burgers. I also have some tacos that I want to do, some Mexican style dinner. So it says it's washed and ready to eat, but I like to make sure that I wash it again. So that's something I will plan on doing. Now this one I don't usually buy. In fact, I have plans to grow it, but it's not ideal time right now. This is dill. I really want to make some pickled onions and some pasta salad and some potato salad, and dill just goes perfect with all of that. And I really wanted it fresh. So this is just a small pack from Aldi, although I was looking at it and I realized just how little there is in here. If anyone's ever grown dill, you know that this just goes crazy and wild. So it's really weird to just pay such top dollar for herbs. Brussels sprouts, I was completely out of vegetables actually, which is really nice because I didn't have to throw any in the bin, and we've been eating them. So I roast a lot of this, and these will sit for something later. I think we're gonna do some roasted Brussels sprouts later in the week. So I just needed some veg for that. And here I have some shredded slaw. Again, I wanna make a pasta salad, and I did cheap out and just buy pre-shredded stuff because it's just so much easier right now. And I plan on actually doing a lot of prep for things earlier, and not having to worry about chopping up vegetables right now is ideal. Over here I have some snow peas. We have been eating a heap of snow peas. I do have some growing in the garden, but they cannot keep up with our appetite. So when these are in season, I pick up a whole bunch of them, and the kids snack on them constantly, which is nice. Over here is some sweet corn. Now that's not in season, but I've heard that if it's got white and yellow, that means it's a sweeter corn. And because I want to do a barbecue sometime this week, I really wanted corn with it. So I picked up that. I picked up 2 cucumbers as well. Again, not technically in season, although they were marked down as a special buy. So wherever they're picking them up from, they are in season. I have a cucumber salad that I really want to make tomorrow. And I have a couple of other salads, I needed 2 for them. I don't usually buy the big cucumbers. I usually do the snacking ones, but I like the bigger cucumber when I make a cucumber salad. And right at the back there are the bananas, which just a staple that you need to have. I've been eating a heap of them, so I need to make sure that I always have them on hand. So this is my fruit and veg part of Aldi. I'm gonna go pack this away, and I will show you the other half of the Aldi haul. This is the second half from Aldi. You'll find there's a lot more snacking items and bread products, so let's just get straight into it. Right here at the back is the usual wholemeal bread. Completely out of bread this week. Some weeks we just go through so many bread products. So this will be for normal sandwiches and toast. I have over here 2 packs of crumpets. My son has discovered crumpets are his absolute favorite, so he requests them every morning. I can't keep up. Hopefully 2 packs will suffice between him and my husband. It's probably not gonna happen. Now back here are some Turkish rolls. I actually really want to make some garlic bread with them. I've never tried to do it before. It just sounded really yum for one of the meals that I have planned, that I think it's meatballs and spaghetti. That just, with some garlic bread, just sounds so yum. And down here I have some bagels. Again, breakfast items, these were a specific request. So the bagels and the crumpets were specifically requested for breakfast, so I picked them up. For myself though, I picked up this Bircher muesli. I've actually been really craving muesli, and while I really want to make some, I just, again, don't have my oven yet, but when I do, I'll make my own. Until then though, I will use this Bircher one, and I also picked up some yogurt and Woolworths for myself. So if my husband wants some, he's got his yogurt too, but I suspect this will be mainly for me. Now down here, I have the usual, some crackers. These Eton ones, they just get demolished. My kids they can smell it and they grab it really fast with that dip, or they just eat them plain. I also picked up some Snackers. I will separate these into their own little mini packs so that my kids just can grab a couple. Otherwise they will sit and eat the box, just watching TV or running around outside. And I would prefer to get a few more servings out of it. Down here, these are some special ones. I'm actually planning on my son's to-go bags just in case we need to go because the baby, and I want to make sure that they have like some fun treats so that it's exciting and that they don't feel homesick or anything. So I'm going to separate these party mix and just these sour straps because I know that they'll really love them. They'll be put in their bags where they can't find them until it's time for them to go. But this just is a little bit of excitement since they're not going to be able to come to the hospital with me, and I think they really want to. Now, because it was night, I was limited in what was available, and they had cage eggs today, so I picked up 12. I ran out of my Costco 30-something that I have picked up, and we go through so many eggs right now, and my chickens aren't laying at the moment because it's just so cold, so until they start picking up, I have to buy. Now back here, specifically, these are for when I go into labor, my to-go bag, myself for the hospital. All of these have dairy in it, so these are definitely for me. I have these white choc and raspberry bars, and then I have these golden oats. I actually love oat bars. They're my favorite. If they had a different flavor than choc chip, which I'm not really a big fan of when it comes to oat bars, I would have picked them up. Now, once the oven's done, I plan on making stuff like this, but again, until then, we might not have an oven before the baby comes, so I just want to make sure that I'm ready. And back here too, I have these protein oat bars. I will go through a lot of this between breastfeeding and recovering and actually going through labor, so I like to make sure I'm stocked in preparation. Now back here I have some mayonnaise. I did mention I'm doing some pasta salad and potato salad. I have learned you just use the cheap stuff. There's no difference. When it comes to sandwiches, my kids really like the Japanese style one, but if it's anything to do with like pasta salad, everything else you add, just get the really cheap one, and this one does not have dairy in it. I was all out of white sugar. I really don't use a lot of white sugar, so I picked it up from Aldi, and I forgot to pick up flour from Aldi as well, so I had to pick that up from Woolworths. If I'd thought about it, I would have gone for more of the organic brand, because again, I don't really buy a lot of sugar, but I just needed to stock up on it because I was completely out. Down here are some pantry items that I really haven't picked up in the last couple of weeks. I used up a whole bunch of them when the kitchen first was being renovated, but I didn't restock them because I was like, I've got nowhere to put them, but I have actual plans for them this week, and I needed 3 cans of diced tomatoes. And I also picked up this tomato paste. Now, yes, this is organic, but this is my favorite one. I just think it tastes the best, and these are not organic. These were just the cheaper ones, and they were on the bottom shelf, which was such a pain to get, but I persevered and I picked them up. I also picked up this Dijon mustard, again, salads, and also I was completely out of mustard, which is one of my favorite things to put on like a ham sandwich. Now down here, these are like a fun treat that I get to put into my hospital bag. Again, these are for me. They've got dairy in them, but these 2 things don't. So these are just like collagen jelly bars. I didn't realize that Aldi sells them. I know that Woolworths does, but I didn't know the price of them, so I only picked up 2, and I'm just pretty sure they were cheaper at Aldi, but that's because they weren't on special this week, so I just picked up 2. These will go in the hospital bag because when I'm in labor, I care about my husband, and I can't help it. I get really focused on him, so I've got to make sure he's got something that he can snack on. Now, this is just some garlic. Again, I haven't been buying any garlic or anything like this for cooking just because I've been going for convenience items, but between some of the meals that I really want to make, I needed fresh garlic. So I picked up just a small 3-pack, and I also picked up these baby red potatoes. I picked up these last week. Very delicious, very happy with them. They really hold their shape well, so they'll be perfect for potato salad. And back here, I've got some cereal, more for the kids because I don't think they'll fully enjoy my granola. So Fruity Bursts, which is a family favorite, and we were out of wheat biscuits, which is a necessity in this house. So I'm going to go and pack up all of this. This is the last bit from Aldi, and then I will show you what I got from Woolworths. Doesn't seem like much, but this is what I picked up from Woolworths for today. A lot of cold items that need to go into the freezer, so let's just jump straight into it. Now, the biggest request from my son was Cosmic Crisp apples. I saw if I bought them loose, it was like $4.90 or $4.50 a kilo versus $5 something a kilo if I bought it in the punnet. So I picked out some apples. This is quite a bit more than I planned on it, but this should get us through till next week easily for Cosmic Crisp. It's apple season. We eat a lot of apples. And when your kid is requesting like a treat that's a special type of apple, you totally do it. I forgot to pick up carrots when I was in Aldi. I don't even think they had any, to be honest. I think they hadn't stocked up yet. So I picked up some from Woolworths. Not the best price that I like to get them, but I don't have a choice. I was out of them. Now over here is some croissants. This was a special request too. And for breakfast items, as you notice, I bought a lot of stuff bread-wise for breakfast. So I thought, you know what, why not? I added them to the cart. Over here are the rolls. These are not the usual rolls that I get, but these are the ones that they had. Again, because I came so late, everything that I usually would get bakery-wise was already sold out. But I did manage to score them as a quick sale. They are still fine. These will do really well for the burgers and also for sandwiches. I like to just make sure that I always buy 2 packs, and we always go through them. I never have any leftovers, so they might even be for like egg and bacon rolls or something, because again, we're really breakfast crazy right now. I don't know what it is, so I've got plenty. I think I'm completely out of flour. I've got a little bit left in my container, but I really want to make pizza, and I also really want to make some pizza scrolls. So I'm going to use the barbecue for the pizza, and I needed some plain flour. So I picked up these unbleached and triple sifted. I could have got them at Aldi, totally forgot for some reason, so I picked up 2 from Woolworths. Down here are some grape tomatoes. I really want to make some Mexican style dish, I think on Thursday, and I don't have any tomatoes, so these are on special. I picked them up. Down here is some streaky bacon. Again, we're on a breakfast kick. We'll probably have breakfast for dinner too. I've left a night open that I can do that if I really want to, but they're just demolishing me, and this is my husband's favorite. He said this is better than the Costco one, better than the Aldi brand, so I only picked up this one for him. Down here, you saw that I picked up those collagen bars from Aldi. I'll be honest, I don't buy them because I'm after collagen. They're just a dairy-free snack that either I will eat or my husband will eat, and I don't feel particularly terrible eating them. So I will either pack them in the hospital bag or they'll just be normal snacks. Because we're doing something Mexican, I really like to make some guacamole. I have a lot of avocados in my fridge that desperately need to be used. So I needed some dairy-free sour cream and I can make that up. And I also bought some natural dairy-free yogurt. I tried to buy some at Aldi. They were completely out. They only had the vanilla, and I really want to make some butter chicken. I've been meaning to make that for about, how long have I been pregnant? I've been meaning to make it for that long. So the whole year, I just haven't felt up to it. So I picked up some dairy-free yogurt and I can make that. And because I told you I picked up some granola, I also picked up this Gippsland one. I think this was 30% off. I prefer it when it's 40 to 50% off, but they didn't have any yogurt at Aldi. They were pretty much out, so I picked up what I could get. Now over here is some cheddar dairy-free cheese. The pizzas this will work with, but also I think I've got a couple other dishes that you just need to sprinkle of cheese. It's not the best. It's not like for like, but I usually can make it work. What is like for like, I find at least, is this thickened plant cream. I use it for pretty much any cream as a substitute. It works great. I really think it whips up great too. So if you wanted to do whipped cream, that is pretty good. But this is something that I will use to add to my butter chicken. I was completely out of soy milk, so I picked up 3 of them. I've been really good, and I have had like a great stock, but finally today he ran out. So picked up 3. That'll get us easily through the week. This was just a meat indulgence, this triple chocolate ice cream. The boys had some banana splits the other week, and they ate up all that ice cream, and it was delicious. And so they've only got the ice cream that I really don't like in the fridge. And so I picked up something indulgent for myself, which probably shouldn't have done, but I did anyway. Now down here are 2 meat items. I really don't like buying meat from Woolworths or Aldi, not because I think it's bad quality, but I can get the price so much cheaper at Costco if I buy in bulk. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, I don't have any plans to go to Costco, and I needed some mince for some of my meals, so I picked up 2. Pork mince is so much cheaper than if I buy it, like if I'm buying beef. I didn't realize there was such a difference, but I did want a little bit of beef, so I did buy this one, which I think is about the same price as what I would have bought for the big bulk pack for the beef, but I actually wanted pork. So I'm planning on making some meatballs, and also I wanted to just add some extra to the little bit of mince that I have currently in my freezer. So that is the last of everything that I've picked up. I'm going to go pop this in the freezer, and then I will talk to you about how much this all cost. That is everything that I picked up from Woolworths and Aldi today. I'll actually put up on the screen how much everything costs. You guys know I have a $300 budget that I try to stick with, and anything extra goes towards my Costco fund, which unfortunately for this week, I don't think that I saved up as much as I really wanted to. I might be a little bit under 300, really pushing it, but I'll put up what I bought from Aldi, how much that will cost, and how much it costs from Woolworths, and again, the total, so you guys can actually see. hopefully this is everything that I need and I don't have to do any extra shopping. It might even last me a little bit into next week as well, fingers crossed, especially with all those bread products. I might end up actually chucking some of that into the freezer so that it can last a little longer, out of sight, out of mind for some of the kids and things. But I'm really, really pleased. I've got this big meal plan that I hope will work out really well. It's going to use up some of the items that I have in my pantry that is yet to be put together. I'm really excited for when that goes together because once this kitchen is fully functional, it's going to be so exciting. All those bread products I want to start making myself, but until then I actually have to buy them. So hopefully this was entertaining to you guys. If you liked the content, make sure to click that thumbs up button to subscribe. I am coming out with things a bit weekly now. Even with the baby coming ever so closer, I'm still trying to put out some content. This is stuff that I enjoy doing, and once the kitchen's done, hopefully the grocery will look so different because I will be buying different things because I'll be making a lot of different things. But really appreciate you guys watching it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.